Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. If you like The Mike Wagner Show and you want to make your own podcast, well, let me tell you about Anchor. First of all, it's free. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. You can also add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are endless. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. You can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, and heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And don't forget to check out the Mike Wagner Show merchandise with t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, throw pillows, tote bags, and more. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, including great books by me and Motion Zia, some t-shirts, hoodies as well, too. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Me and Motion Zia store. Make sure you check out his merchandise today. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you donate generously today. We're here with the terrific lady who's the founder and CEO of Rainbow Chameleon Corporation, a technology advisory firm based in New York City, and helps early stage setups and small businesses make the right decisions to grow and scale their businesses. She's also on the advisory board for several startups and currently the fractional CTO for a new fintech. And before that, she served as senior technology executive with over 19 years experience. And also she carries a lot of wealth and a lot of strong analytics, technical expertise, and a lot more, and just amazing on computers. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown New York City, the founder and CEO of Rainbow Chameleon Corporation, the amazing Jennifer Lansden. Jennifer, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi. Thank you, Mike.
Well, it's great to have you on board too, Jennifer. So you're the founder and CEO of Rainbow Chameleon Corporation, a technology and operations advisory firm in New York. It helps early stage setups and small businesses make the right decisions to grow and scale their business. You also sit on the advisory board for several startups and currently a fractional CTO for a new fintech. You served as senior technology executive for over 19 years experience, leading various visions and more as well too. And, just a strong business background. And before getting to all that, Jennifer, tell us how I first got started.
Sure. I guess I could start. It started a really long time ago when I really liked computers when I was in elementary school. So I actually started programming back in elementary school and did, various different, very simple applications that they taught in class. Once I actually won an award for the New York City fire prevention competition back when it was in the 6th grade. I wrote a program to teach children about fire prevention and won 3rd place in New York City. And that kind of got me more interested in just understanding computers. And I wound up getting my own Apple back then and had that and was playing with them. In the 8th grade, I also had another programming competition where I taught kids how to create small basic computer graphics. Graphics were nothing like they are right now, and taught them that. And that was more of a school district competition that I won. So it's just been mostly anything with computers and technology. When I went to college, I was going to major in computer science and in political science and do intellectual property law, but ultimately decided not to go into law and just focus on technology. So I got my first role when I was at Morgan Stanley as a developer, and there I was developing applications across multiple areas of technology. We were doing mainframe coding to web development.
Oh my gosh.
So that was more the start. I could say I was started in internal audit as a developer. So that was an amazing experience because I got to learn all facets of technology from a security perspective.
Oh, wow. Okay.
As well
amazing.
As all of the different areas of the bank. So I was able to we would write applications that would audit the general ledger, that would audit the security aspects of the bank. So you learned a lot about multiple different applications and multiple different environments. And from there, moved on to other financial services companies, managing IT risk, managing projects, managing programs, managing development teams. Then I decided to kind of go out on my own and start my own business, focusing on technology advisory and operations and business advisory services too for startups. I felt like with all of that multiple areas of experience, I'm a very good specialist in multiple areas that I can help multiple small businesses kind of jumpstart or leapfrog right away, and maybe make less mistakes early on. If based on my experiences, I can help them prevent mistakes from happening before they happen.
Wow, that's interesting. So you basically just are pretty much a troubleshooter, and you know what's going to happen. You go through scenarios and everything else. And what were some of the earlier computers that you worked with as well too? You mentioned about the Apple. Was it going back to the days of the original Mac, the Lisa, or I'm trying to think, what was the first the model that you worked with when it came to Apple back then?
So it was the mid 80s. So it was after the Lisa, but it was like the Apple. It was when the Apple created the Apple IIe, because that was the one that they used for education, and they sold them to public schools. So it was when New York City basically purchased, like, I'm assuming, like a whole bunch of Apple IIes. So it was programming in BASIC on that, and then the one I purchased was an Apple IIc for home. To kind of play with. Later on, when when I was in high school, my parents ultimately got like a regular like PC, just because it was easier for the rest of the family, and at that time more people were utilizing that in school. So it was a more universal device for everybody.
Wow, that's rather interesting. And also when it came to BASIC as well too. And what are some of the other languages that you also ran? Was it did COBOL, Fortran, and I'm trying to think. Those are the three.
Let's see. I know we did Logo. We learned Logo initially when I was in like the third grade, and that's what kind of got me to wanting to learn to program. So then it was BASIC, and then I think Pascal.
I remember Pascal. Yes,
that was in high school, and then when I was in college, I was at Barnard University for my first year, and the computer science requirement for your first year of computers was Lisp, which is also or Scheme. So it was a very unique programming language with lots of parentheses is kind of how it's known, interpreted language. And the professor required that to be the first class that everybody takes. And then for your second class, you had to learn C on your own, and then basically jump right into an advanced C class. I think they've changed things since then, but that was what they were doing back then. It was actually the pre-object oriented programming. So when I started college, it was all C before C++ really became popular. And then I went to school part-time. And so it took me a while to finish because I was working full-time. And by the time I graduated, object-oriented programming was like the main language that everybody was teaching at the time. So then I had to learn it basically again. I had to like re-teach myself another language.
And then after the C++, and you talked about the mainframe. What was after the mainframe?
Oh, well, the mainframe was when I was at Morgan Stanley. That I can't remember. I remember they used Natural as their databases language. So we were coding in Natural and job control language. But after... I think in parallel with web development at that time, we were doing mostly Java, and I think it was Java servlets at the time. So it was like old school stuff.
Wow.
And then, since then, obviously, I've touched base, I've done some Python, some trying to remember the other one. There was another, I don't know I haven't actually coded hardcore coding in a few years, but I can get into the current code for clients and look at the code and give them comments on what their developers are doing or not doing, and what maybe they're for most languages be able to quickly do like a rough assessment of what's happening.
And do you think today's kids would understand BASIC, COBOL, Fortran, the earlier computer languages that you guys had to do? You think today's kids would have done that? Today's
kids have I think they could learn them. I mean, obviously they were teaching them to younger children, back in the 80s and 90s, but now mostly what they teach children is block programming. So they have like Scratch is a freeware software that's that MIT created to create block programming. So kids can drag and drop in if then functions and loops and stuff like that. They can drag the controls together to create the actual program. So I've had, my son is 10, so I've helped him with some of his Scratch work, and I think he hasn't gotten to the stage where he's coding in like a freehand or like writing scripts yet. For him, I think there are 10-year-olds can do that. But he's personally not ready for it. But I think other 10-year-olds could be taught those languages.
And in terms of the Scratch you're talking about with drop and play or plug and play, whatever it is, what programming language is Scratch based on, or what's like the genesis of it in terms of programming?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not exactly sure. I would have to look that up on MIT's website or Scratch's website. It's like open source, and I would say that it's a standard like programming language that has if-then statements, if-then else statements, has like looping capability. But so I would think it's similar to like a C. And I'm not 100% sure if you can create objects, so it might have like an object-oriented component to it.
I think it sounds like to me with the if and then, I did a little bit of programming myself. It's like, it sounds more like with the basic, where it's like, if let's say like 1 is greater than 0, then this and that, or if 1 is less than 0, then that and everything. So, that's what it sounds like to me. It's more like, somewhat derived from basic. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are originally derived from basic anyway, but so yeah, it definitely has a lot of those components. It doesn't have like the line numbering aspect that basic has. So you'll have different blocks, and honestly, it can get a little complicated because the kid could have multiple blocks on the same page. And it has a little bit more of event-based programming. So they can say on this event, like if someone, on a click or on a certain thing, then do this. So there's a little bit more of event-based concept to it that kids can learn about.
Wow, that's really interesting. And of course, you can thank Steve Jobs from Apple doing that. And I can imagine some of the people going to at least 2C or 2A or anything like that. And I can buy order one right now the way it's going. Sounds fun. So.
Yeah, and it's good because like for kids, it creates, Scratch at least creates a nice graphical component. So my son likes it because he can create cartoons and he can move things around, and he can have the cartoon do crazy things. He puts it on a loop and then it just spins around the page and indefinitely. So I think the kids can see immediate feedback in something like Scratch. So it gets them the basic development concepts.
That sounds really interesting too. And also we'll talk about your 20 years of experience, financial institutions, also starting up Rainbow Chameleon and more. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Don't forget to check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple Music. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast store, including t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, throw pillows, tote bags, and more. And also check out the Me and Molson Zia store on Amazon for great merchandise, including great books like this one. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and also the Mike Wagner Show. Make sure you donate today. Make sure you do so as well. We work very hard just for you. We're here with the amazing founder and CEO of Rainbow Chameleon Corporation, Jennifer Lansden, here on the Mike Wagner Show. 20 years of technology experience at the largest financial institutions in the world. And, talk a bit about that. And let's talk about your new creation called Rainbow Chameleon, and tell us more about that.
Yeah, we focus on startups, and we offer business, technology, and operations advisory services, anywhere from helping them figure out how to scale, helping them with some funding and pitching advice, and technology advisory services. So I offer a CTO as a service concept, where I can provide anywhere from 5 hours to 40 hours a month to a CTO at a low cost. So they get a fractional CTO, they get a high quality experienced resource that can help them make the right decisions as they're growing. So if they're small and they really can't afford to have a full-time CTO or just don't have the need for that, I give them 5 hours a month. And can scale up from there. We can do web development, graphic design, branding help as well.
Wow, it's really interesting. You're also setting the advisory board for several startups and a fractional CTO for new fintech. And tell us more about that.
Yeah, the fintech that I'm the CTO for is Happiness, and they're launched about a little over a year ago. It was March, early March 2020, right before everything shut down. And it's a mobile app that you can purchase into a real estate commercial REIT for everyday investors. For the average individual, can now purchase into a REIT for a minimum of $10 and $5 thereafter. So mobile app's available on iOS and Android. I've been helping them for over 2 years before their launch, to helping them get out and launch. It's only mobile. So we focus a lot on how to, what the customer's needs are and how do we iterate and improve the app from a development perspective, from a usability perspective, also from a security, privacy, and all those other things that are required for fintechs. I look at all of that and provide them oversight and guidance as to what their next step should be. What our plan should be for future enhancements, what vendors we work with, and how we should be working with those vendors.
That's really interesting too. And of course, you talk about people come to you for advice and everything. As let's say if a business comes to you and wants you to be a CTO for like say 5 hours a month, 40 hours or anything like that, and tell us about the process. Like say somebody comes from like a real estate firm that wants you to run like say I'm trying to think of a good one. Say like timeshares or something. Let's just say that. So I'm just throwing it out there. So how does the process exactly work?
Well, first, I really want to understand their business objectives. And, a lot of technologists or a lot of people think, oh, well, here's my technologist. I'm just going to tell them to go build it. And I want it built with this language and I want it built here. But really what we should be looking at first is why are you building it and what's the reasons for it? And other things like how many users do you plan on having? So very business questions are usually the first things that I ask a lot of, to be able to then try to help make the right technology decisions going forward. So once we understand the business basics, then we can figure out what the right solution or solutions are for your users, and to help you get that out to the users as quickly as possible, to build an MVP, which is a minimum viable product, and get something to your users as quickly as possible so you can start to get that user feedback loop. So obviously cloud technology enables small businesses and large businesses to deploy things much faster and quicker and cheaper. So that would probably be the first thing, like what is the right cloud provider? What are the right cloud solutions that we need to implement? Do you have the right technical staff that can build this? Do we need to find that technical staff? So I'll help them find development groups that they can work with, and give them more of an assessment and an opinion on those different development groups. And then really start the build process, but making sure that the build process thinks about the loopholes that might hold back other people, and kind of follow that really closely so that it's secure, it's safe, and it's built, in a well designed manner.
That's really interesting too, and of course, there's always concern about security as well too. And how do you make sure the website and the business is secure? Unlike your typical, just slap some Norton on McAfee or anything like that. It's like what kind of security do you implement when it comes to their business, their website, or anything like that?
Yeah, the security obviously depends on what type of infrastructure and what type of solution they have. My company can do very basic security review and look at what they have implemented and make some recommendations. But I really recommend hiring someone that is certified in either whatever their kind of requirements are, that has experience doing deep security reviews. So for like cloud, there's various different cloud security certified companies and individuals that I would say you work with if you're implementing on the cloud. And if you're doing web, there's standard web security requirements that should be kind of reviewed, and have someone that can kind of dive into it in a detailed level and do, I'm not going to say like ethical hacking, but that can play with it and can see if they can get past any of those security challenges. So things like OWASP web requirements is things that I would suggest that they make sure that they have implemented, and they find somebody who's done those reviews before.
That's really interesting as well, too. And of course, having that all together and having a CTO right by your side, I think it's a really interesting product, because the fact that most companies out there can't afford CTOs, or, in great need of them, and you provide a great service. And what else can you provide that the others cannot offer?
Well, we have we do have web development resources. We have graphic design resources. We've helped with branding, rebranding, creating new websites, polishing up websites, as well as overall marketing strategy. If you're looking for a marketing plan and a marketing strategy, we can develop that for you. And with my technology background, I was also in operations at the banks for a few years. We can offer operational recommendations and operational guidelines onto how to help you scale, whether from like a back-end perspective or from your staff perspective, and finding ways that you can start your operations off low with less resources. Automate that. There's some things that you can automate out there, and also talent development, talent acquisition as you're starting to grow. Helping you find that right talent and helping you interview that talent is another thing that we can do.
Oh, wow. So it's almost like, not just CTO, but also with a security development and everything, also almost like, in a sense, a human resource manager. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I would say from a technical perspective, the talent side of things, because of I've scaled teams from 3 people to 30 people at different times of my life in different technical organizations. So we can look, I know like kind of the right mix of resources that you're going to need from a technical perspective to help you scale, and then figure out who are those right resources, and help interview for them. I wouldn't replace like an HR person, but it's more that technical interviewer and that technical technical guidance.
That's rather amazing too. I love that package, what you guys offer. And where do you see a company about 5 years from now?
I hope that we have, by in 5 years, we've helped several startups. They're now on their own and they have their own, and I've helped them hire a full-time CTO and transition them off. I mean, that would be the goal in 5 years, and continue bringing on I like early stage and focusing on early stage. But I'd also, I'm looking at options for incubator accelerator programs within the company that we can start to help more at a scalable basis.
That's rather fascinating. And how can people contact you?
Yeah, they can go to our website at www.rainbowchameleon.com. There's a contact us page there. They can find me on LinkedIn. It's Jennifer Lansden at LinkedIn. And we have an Instagram page and a Facebook page as well.
That's amazing too. And what's coming up for Jennifer Lansden with Rainbow Chameleon more? We'll find out just 1 minute. Listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mia Mosen's of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with the founder and CEO of Rainbow Chameleon, Jennifer Lansden, after this time.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, where The Mike Wagner Show interviews great guests, cool conversation, lots of laughs, coffee, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
We're back with the founder and CEO of Rainbow Chameleon, Jennifer Lansden, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And Jennifer, you've just been absolutely terrific. I mean, you're just a mastermind when it comes to computers and learning to program. And maybe you should come by and help program some of our stuff and get the kids to do so as well, too. And also, founder of Rainbow Chameleon, just a great story. And what can you expect from you in 2021 and beyond, Jennifer?
2021, we'd love to onboard a few more startups. We're starting to hit our capacity, but we have room for a few more to really help them scale, help them grow, help them build their MVPs. And then beyond, see how it goes. And we're working on ways that we can offer our services to in a more scalable fashion, whether it be like online courses that people can take, and then branching into an accelerator or an incubator in the future.
That's certainly amazing, and certainly looking forward to that. And who do you consider biggest influence in the career, Jennifer?
In my career, I would say it's a combination of family and prior managers. So I think my family is a starting with my parents always pushed me to do things, just try things and be entrepreneurial from a young age. So that kind of got me to be doing things on my own. And I think then obviously the support of my husband and my son, they're always like, mom's business, is awesome type of thing. And they're always trying to help me. And then I think from a work influencing standpoint, so many of my prior managers were great sponsors and really helped me excel in my career and help me make different pathways and learn different things. And there's still some people that I call friends today that I can reach out to. So I think they've been a great influence too.
That's certainly amazing as well. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
I would just say, just try, just do it. Just keep, just figure it out. There's ways that you can do things, and iteratively in small fashions, and take that leap. You can do these things. If you want to start your own business or you want to build an app, there's lots of options. There's lots of ways to do it, part-time, side hustles, or just innovative, unique ways to do it, but it's really just about trying.
That's amazing as well too. Once again, Jennifer Lansden, founder and CEO of Rainbow Chameleon, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Jennifer, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on 2021 and beyond. Don't forget to keep in touch. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people simply check out your services or everything else?
They can find us on our website at www.rainbowchameleon.com. They can find us on Facebook. We have a LinkedIn page. We have an Instagram page for Rainbow Chameleon, as well as they can reach out to me individually on LinkedIn, just at Jennifer Lansden.
We certainly do. So once again, Jennifer, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on 2021 and beyond. Don't forget to keep in touch. You've been absolutely terrific, and we wish you all the best. And say hello to the Appalisa for us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionsea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.